I thought you had my back, but now.
Her, me. You, me.
Yeah.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. So forget guys. 1, okay. 2, 3, 2, 1. We gotta say all of us.
Bully you, bully you. Yeah.
Alright, so 1, 2, wait. 1. I go 2, 4.
To all the bullies who think they're cool, listen to these words cause you're about to get schooled. You walk around like you all high and mighty, trying to make people feel small and tiny. But I got a couple words to say. Life doesn't always have to go your way. You can't push people around to make yourself better, cause it might lead to taking one's life forever. What if you were being bullied? Would you like it? Think not. Who likes being pushed around and put on the spot? You can't bully me because of my race and sexuality. Everyone is equal but unique is a reality. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Hello, how you doing? Is how I like to be greeted. Not a slap, punch, or kick in the face, but a handshake and a smile put in its place. One is bullying can make the world better, so change your ways now. It's better late than never.
I'm Dickinson. Dang, Mr. K. I'm Dana from Dickinson High School, and I'm here to tell you why bullies ain't cool. First up, if you a bully, you have nothing to do. You make it harder for other kids to get through. Classwork for teachers is enough. The bully has to come and make things rough. People are trying hard to spark production. Bullies come and create destruction. People are striving to make themselves the best. You are the ones that's slowing down the process. Look at yourself at the end of the day. You didn't accomplish anything. You just got in the way.
Walking down the street and I was 10 years old. I saw these two guys who tried to put up a show. With every punch they would have grabbed your soul to put me down, but little did they know I had the power of control. The power didn't show, so I put them on the floor. Didn't have to be this way, didn't have to be this way. It's okay. Even though your parents beat you every day, you should have walked away and done something cool.
At Dickinson High School, there's a lot of bullying. A lot, just for like little things. For example, if people step on your new sneakers, for your lunch, because you're pretty, because you're ugly, because you're gay, because you know, people's differences. Others just don't get over the fact that you're just a different person.
One day in the bathroom, I was in the bathroom, and there was a kid next to me, and a kid walked up to him while he was using the bathroom and asked him for his money while he was using the bathroom. And the kid was actually like a little kid, you could say, that really wasn't that big or anything, but the other kid that asked him for the money was actually huger than him. So while the kid was using the bathroom, he just went in his pocket, took his money, and left.
He was walking to lunch, and they tried to rob him. They seemed to be in a gang. They tried to rob him, and I think they chose him just because he looked different.
I was walking, and this was like about in the 5th grade, I remember, and these two guys, they tried to jump me at one time. Why? Because they thought that I was someone else. They thought that I was like a guy that was talking about them in school, when really I was just one random kid walking home from school. And I thought to myself, like, after they jumped me, I was just like, there was absolutely no point in that.
A couple years ago, I was like 13 years old. I just moved to Pennsylvania, and I sat down on the bus. It was like the 3rd day of school, and on my way home, these kids were making fun of me, and one of the kids came and dumped milk on my head, and there was no reason to do it. He just did it to make a laugh, but like, it scarred me for a while.
Bullying, 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 what? Bullying is bad, it makes everyone mad. Once in a while, I think I'm real bad. Peace and love is what keep us all glad. So you think you're cool, acting like a fool? Why not go back to school? Keep in mind, it's 5th grade too. I get my education about every daily situation. Bullying isn't a justification, it's not just an exaggeration. So open the book and avoid the bloody looks. Peace, no more. Throwing no hooks, love forever, and that's what works.
And this whole stereotype of bullying, like, bullying is not just throwing people's books on the floor or taking their money or or what people think the stereotype of bullying is.
I've lived here and I also have lived in Florida. Bullying is very different in these areas because over there it's a simple teasing, pushing, laughing in your face and you get over it. Over here it seems like everybody has a point to prove. They need to be better than another person.
I was raised in the suburbs, and I moved here last year, and there's a big difference in bullying there and here. Bullying there is like you get your books thrown on the floor or someone steals your lunch money. Here it's like if you get bullied, they come up and like punch you in the face or they jump you.
A whole bunch of kids just got up on this kid like, give me your iPod, give me your iPod. He was like, no, I'm not giving up my iPod. So all of a sudden, like, one of these kids just snuffed him straight in his face and like makes him bleed. And I'm like, what the heck? So I'm like, yo, stop doing that. And all of a sudden I just see more guys just coming up to him. They just started beating him up. And I remember me pushing like 2 of them off, and like they just took his iPod and like just left him like bruised up and everything. And like the kid, he just started crying. Like he was trying to defend himself, but they was like, oh, you think you're tough? So they just started hitting him and they just like left, and like nobody did nothing about it. So that like got me mad, like, so.
In my perspective, what I've been through in middle school and high school, it hasn't really been bullying. It's more of just, gang violence and just, violence in general. When you look at somebody wrong, he could take it the wrong way and just like start swinging.
And really here it's just groups against groups. Oh, I'm from this hood, I'm from this street, I'm from this block, I wear these clothes. So they feel they have to fight for that. And people here is not really bullying because the other group is fighting as well.
Well, it wasn't like bully, but it was more like robbery. And it was back, I think, in 8th grade year. I don't know if they had knives or guns, but they said they had. But you don't want to mess with that, just in case.
Bullying is whack, so please don't do it. They're mean, not cool, and most likely they're stupid. They gon' pick on kids, gon' call them a fool. They can be anybody. At your nearby school, they might hit, tease, or call you names. You just walk away and call them names. When you're a bully, there are things you can do. Stay away from the bully and their group. But don't forget, bullies have feelings too. So be nice to them. They might be nice to you. Don't bullies, be nice. When every day there is life, be nice to everybody around you. So don't bullies, be nice. When every day there is life, be nice to everybody around you.
In my opinion, there are like 4 types of bullying. The first one I would say is physical bullying, when you see like people hitting each other, poking, hitting, tripping, or like you see like a big kid fighting a little kid just because they're smaller than them. That's like physical bullying. The next type of bullying would be verbal bullying, which is like using negative words intentionally to hurt that person, or like making racist remarks, or like name calling would be like verbal bullying. The third type of bullying would be social bullying, which means like lying or like spreading rumors about somebody, or like making a practical joke on that certain type of person. And the next type of bullying would be cyberbullying, which is people use technology to like hurt somebody's feelings or to embarrass them on like Facebook or MySpace or Twitter, whatever the technology is, or your phone if you're texting somebody. You're using picture messaging to send somebody an embarrassing photo of that person. That's cyberbullying. Yeah, that's it.
Bullies, 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 bullies. What? You walk around town trying to steal people lunch money, putting people in chokeholds and thinking it's funny. You need to cut it out for somebody else come around that's bigger than you and put a hurting on you. And if I run into you, I'ma act just like you and see how you like being bullied, fool.
Wait, hold on.
Shout, scream, look down upon me just because I don't have the same needs like the shoes I wear on my feet. So I fight each day just to make it right, but you still find a way just to rip me apart. Yo, set a bullet straight through my heart. Although you wasn't holding the gun, didn't in my life, you should have pulled the trigger just so you could feel bigger.
Jay, spit that real quick.
Oh my god.
know kids who are like bullied, and they try to talk to somebody, and sometimes that doesn't work. So they're forced to like have to defend themselves. So in order to look tough and not to be bullied anymore, they want to put fear in people. So they go out and wind up becoming bullies themselves, just because they don't want to look small and like they don't want to be picked on. That's how most bullies I know come about.
I would do something about it. Not something that's like, getting rid of everyone, but something to help people, not just the people being bullied, but the bullies as well, because they're human beings too. You don't know what's going on in their heads.
Well, some kids bully other kids because basically like they take the stuff that they don't have because their parents don't buy them stuff. So that's probably one of the causes of them bullying, by taking things that they don't have, or just trying to like be the center of the attention so they can be noticed.
I realized that bullying can sometimes go because some people are jealous of you, or because they want something to affect you, because so many things are affecting them.
To all the bullies who think they're cool, listen to these words cause you're about to get schooled. You walk around like you all high and mighty, trying to make people feel small and tiny. But I got a couple words to say. Life doesn't always have to go your way. You can't push people around to make yourself better, cause it might lead to taking one's life forever. What if you were being bullied? Would you like it? Think not. Who likes being pushed around and put on the spot? You can't bully me because of my race and sexuality. Everyone is equal but unique is a reality. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Hello, how you doing? It is how I like to be greeted. Not a slap, punch, or kick in the face, but a handshake and a smile put in its place. One is bullying can make the world better, so change your ways now. It's better late than never.
I'm Dickinson. Dang, this okay? I'm Jane from Dickinson High School, and I'm here to tell you why bullying isn't cool. First up, if you a bully, you have nothing to do. You make it harder for other kids to get through. Classwork for teachers is enough. The bully has to come and make things rough. People are trying hard to spark production. Bullies come and create destruction. People are striving to make themselves the best. You are the ones that's slowing down the process. Look at yourself at the end of the day. You didn't accomplish anything. You just got in the way.